So I laugh every day as people buy into the lies of the tech elites that next week AI will do everything you want. Because frankly, I've heard this bullshit before. As someone who's followed many tech bubbles, I know these people are full of shit. But with that said, what I'm interested in is what we can do that saves time with technology today. And I pay close attention to that so we can stop doing boring tasks as musicians to get your music heard and focus on what we should be focused on, which is writing great songs. So after you're done watching this video, you'll be able to learn how to use a chatbot to do the research on your genre of music to find the people who do playlists, influential YouTube videos, record reviews, reaction videos, TikToks on what artists to listen to, and tons more so you can get your music heard by the right people in your microgenre. So one of the mistakes people make about using AI for research is they either see what it does and go, meh, that's not that good, or they don't realize that you need to give it a whole lot of instructions to get it to perform well. But I know you're a musician and are lazy and don't want to do that, and that's why you come to me. So luckily, I've made a template that takes out 90% of that work, where all you're going to need to do is put in your genre name or names if there's more than one. For example, the main example I'm using in this video, the genres of music go by a few names: baddiecore, cum metal, hordy metal, when discussed online. And no, I didn't choose those to make you giggle. That is real. Anyway, after that, all you need to do is input some artists to include and some to exclude. Basically, you want to give it the artists whose fans are most likely to enjoy your music to include, and any artists in the genre that the chatbot picks up that you feel aren't a good match can be excluded. And after that, you'll get a detailed report and an amazing starting place so you can start to market your music with tons of influential people and message boards where potential fans hang out, along with how they like to discover music. It's really simple, there's no code involved, and no bullshit. Now let me say this, I know some of you with big brains are going to think,
I'll just ask ChatGPT what I sound like, or to give me artists who sound like another artist I sound like.
Chief, I got bad news for you. It is stunning how bad these chatbots are at music genome type things, aka figuring out what artists are in each genre. It's largely because they don't have good data. And Spotify really does have great data. Straight up, looking at an artist fans also like, then actually listening is the only way you get good answers. Yet again, let's use these chatbots at what they're good at today, not what they're bad at, and the tech isn't quite there yet with. I'm telling you, having done this with over 50 different genres now, I've seen it, and the results you get when you do it the right way are way better than if you're lazy and ask the chatbot for artists. As well, you should look at playlists that have other artists who fans would also like you, and then come back and input those for the include or exclude list. So anyway, I've come up with a prompt that gets rid of all the hard work so you can save yourself some time and make music. I've watched like 100 hours of how to prompt chatbots and took recipes like this and worked till this prompt gave me what I needed. I then took it to my member community to get their feedback, since that's where I share what I'm experimenting with, way before anyone sees it on the main feed of this channel. I show all the things I'm watching and listening to each week, which, by the way, for $5 a month, you get over 6 hours of new videos every month, as well as my back catalog of over 100 videos, where I explain the latest social media trends, answer your questions, as well as cheat codes for how to blow up in your genre faster than other artists, and dissect how the biggest artists in the world are blowing up from 0 fans to now making their dreams come true, as well as the latest music promotion methods. And once a month, I listen to any songs my members submit of their music that they want me to listen to. So you should really tap in there, and there's a link in the description. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of what the community wanted was not just influential playlist tastemakers, but also what fans often dislike about artists, as well as any email addresses to contact the influencers, Discord chats where they discuss the genre, and subreddits. And this report is also going to tell you the hashtags people use for videos that go viral and the main ways fans who discuss it say they find new artists. Now, I should say, if you're just searching for influential people's email addresses, we test out AIs for this all the time. I've found Perplexity to be the best AI at finding email addresses, and it has a free tier that works great for this. Just give it context and chat with it, giving clues, and it can usually find an email for somebody. Okay, but let's get into what to do here to do all this research about your genre of music and all the influential people in it. If you have a favorite chatbot, whether it's ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, or Claude, whatever, just use that one if you pay for it. Some of these will do it for free or cheap, and some will ask for a monthly subscription. Depending on your financial situation, do what you will here, since you get different results with them all, and I personally find Claude to be the best, but whatever you want to use is fine, since the sauce is in the prompt. So the first thing you need to do is go to the link in the description of this video to the prompt, and you're going to copy it in. That's going to take you to my newsletter, Music Marketing Trends, and it will ask you for your email. Once you give it that, you can copy prompt number 1 and put it into a text editor. Enter your genre name and artist to include and exclude. And as you can see over on Music Marketing Trends, I highlight the 2 places that are highlighted where you need to put in your genre name, and then the artists to include and exclude are in different colors to make it clear to you where to enter these. The artists to include should be the artists that have fans who would like you, and the ones to exclude, well, obviously aren't as good fits and are the ones helping to not give helpful results. Oftentimes, these are artists who are super popular, and yet again, these chatbots can do a bad job detecting genre, like putting Imagine Dragons as a heavy metal band when we all know they're cringecore. This is why you need to do this part of the work yourself and find similar artists. I find particularly the artists with a couple 100,000 on up to 3 million monthly listeners get the best results in this tool. So now that you pasted this prompt into your chatbot, it's going to ask you a few questions. And this is one of the tricks to getting good results, is the chatbot will ask you to customize it for what you're looking for. Every single time you do this, and every genre is different, so I can't tell you what to write. Just use your common sense, and once you're done, you need to give it a few minutes to cook. You will then see what it comes up with in Claude. You can see what artists it observes, and if you feel they aren't a good fit, add them to the exclude list and regenerate the prompt until it gives you relevant information. Once you're somewhat happy with the results you've been given, we aren't done yet, as we need to do something to get even better results. I want you to now paste in prompt number 2, which will have it reevaluate the information it collected and dig even deeper with more thorough information. It basically says that now that you've identified all these sources, can you look at them and give me more in-depth analysis? And when you add that to this, it literally improves the results to be 150% to 200% better in my estimation. So let's look at these results. You have extensive lists of who talks about these genres on YouTube, influencers on TikTok and Instagram, even comedians and outsiders who occasionally comment on the genre, Spotify playlist curators, how fans say they discover music, the hashtags they engage with on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, trends that were big in the genre that you can use to get an idea of what performs well. Then we get to an in-depth analysis section of what it found on forums and how fans discover music in this genre, the unique vocabulary that these fans use when describing what they say they like in a song, so you can get inspired on how to talk while you write hooks. Then we have a whole section of the emails of different people involved in the scene. This next section I would take with a grain of salt though. It has some good advice, but this isn't what AI is good at. This is trying to give marketing advice, but honestly, it's a moving target, and the AI isn't analyzing 5 years of data, so it's not quite up to date. Lastly, it has content angles that convert and gives some general advice that can be helpful, but I would also take this with a grain of salt too. The fun thing is every genre you get totally different results, and if you mess with the prompts and the groups to include and exclude, it does change. If you play with this for an hour, switching them out and prompting it some more, it really does give you really interesting results that'll help you go real far. But as I just hinted at, the key here is the word chat and chatbot. When you see things that you want more or less of, you need to instruct it to do so and chat with it. So for example, if you don't care about Reddit but care more about Discord, ask it to go deeper in Discord. Now, I should say, one of the things that's pointed out though a lot of time about doing research is when you actually do this research yourself, the details you learn along the way and the little clues you see are really what's important. Just doing this is not enough. This is the start of your journey into this community. What this chatbot does is give you a starting basis, but you still need to live in these communities and then search around and go even deeper in them. But this can be a start that really helps you read the room, and it also gets rid of tons of hours of researching this. And for people who are really in depth in these communities, often they find 1 or 2 people they weren't aware of, and then they are all of a sudden have a much bigger scope of what they understand about their community. You should use this as a starting point, but really getting into these communities shows you what it's really all about and how to speak the language inside them. So here's another fun thing. While I'm happy with this prompt, we can get it better. So in my Discord, I have a chat for prompts where we discuss how to improve this and other helpful prompts. If you want to join in there, there's a link to join the Discord in the description. So here's the thing, while you just learn this, if you really want to grow your fan base, you need to understand how to find your first fans and find out what genre of music you make, which is in the video right here. So make sure you watch that next if you really want to level up. Thanks for watching.